Oh, welcome to the slashGROUP podcast, everybody. It's the Thursday, the June 15th, and we're here to talk about them video games at E3.
But guess what? It's not June 15th when you're watching this. It's going to be whatever Sunday's date is.
Way to bring me down. Whatever.
Sorry. The 18th. Welcome to the slashGROUP podcast, everyone. Derek here. Jesse's back from doing man things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
how was picking up heavy things?
I mean, I was sore afterwards, but it was a good workout. So
cool. We also got Jordan back.
Hi, I'm Jordan, and I'm back.
And also, special guest John.
Hey.
So we're back with the E3 podcast 2. So this podcast is going to be hopefully a little bit more structured than yesterday's because we've had time to kind of like think about things and let it soak in. And what we've done is we've all compiled a list of 3 to 5, and in Josh's case 8 games that we think we're most excited for. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of try to compile a top 10 of everybody's games, because I'm assuming some of us will have repeats, so obviously those will get more points if multiple people want or are excited about those. So we're gonna kind of see how that handles, and we're gonna do that. So to start, I guess I'll just say, I don't know if I should start with like my most excited one or like my least excited.
How about
what do you guys
build
think?
up? Let's do.
Are we gonna
dramatic.
do one each and just go around the table kind of thing, or are we gonna say like all 5 at once?
Yeah, sure. No, we're not gonna do all 5. So we'll start with our bottom ones, and then we'll work our way to a climax where we all just come into the air and it rains down on us.
I'm so excited.
So we're teasing each other then up until the
Yes. Delayed gratification at its best.
So, I actually have 7 looking at my list.
7 that you're least
what's
excited
that?
about? Damn.
What's that?
No. Well, because I forgot that I had done like doubles. Like I didn't know which one to pick between 2. So my 5 is Detroit Become Human or A Way Out, which we didn't talk about yesterday.
No, we did
So
not.
A Way Out is a game made by the guys who did Brothers. Do you remember that game where
I do. I played
You
that.
controlled 2 brothers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like an indie one.
Yeah, exactly. So this one, you play these 2 dudes and they're in prison, but the only way to play the game is split screen co-op. Whether that be online or couch co-op.
I always think it's interesting when they do that. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So because what happens is you both play these 2 separate characters in prison, and I'm assuming you try to break out, and you kind of experience things differently. So like one player could be getting a cutscene while someone else is still doing something, but you get to experience both of that at the same time because obviously it's split screen. So the story kind of evolves in a unique way that I don't think I've seen before, where one character is getting a cutscene, the other person's like, oh shit, I need to go like beat this person up with a frying pan or something, like while the other person's experiencing someone talking. So yeah, so I thought that was really interesting. But Detroit's story just seems really cool, and like I love dystopian type things, and the idea of playing an android in the android uprising or the robot uprising or whatever you want to call it just sounds so awesome. But I think I'm going to give it to A Way Out just because it seems more...
This is your least excited one?
My least excited one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I think A Way Out is going to take my 5 just because it seems really unique in storytelling, and as a writer that excites me.
Have you ever played a David Cage game?
Yes. No. Yes.
I have not.
I would highly recommend if
they're super story driven. Like they're really well written. I know that. And that's why I'm excited for Detroit.
If you haven't played Fahrenheit, I highly recommend either watching someone play through that or playing it for yourself, because holy fuck. That game just goes batshit off the walls, and I completely bet that this game's gonna do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So
what Josh was saying is that, or I think Josh might have been saying it is, Detroit's going to be going. You can play like 3 different characters or multiple.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, there's multiple characters you can play as.
So that's interesting too. That's why I'm torn, because they both kind of do something similar where you might get like different story based on what character you play.
Mm-hmm.
But Detroit's just seems different because you're experiencing them at the same time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to give it to A Way Out.
Nice.
As my number 5.
Okay.
Cool. Who wants to go next?
Let's go in alphabetical order. So, who is the next J? Oh.
What?
There's
The
like
next
3
J?
of us.
Are we doing it with like first names or last names?
Because
Because you would be next, Jordan, if you were on the list.
Okay, fine. I guess I will go next then. So, my number 5. So it's got to be something I am excited about. I would say my number 5 is.
I'm glad that you put some thought into this.
I know. Well, I was trying to think while you were talking, but I was also trying to listen to you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I am excited for Spider-Man. I'll put that as my number 5. Although probably is going to be higher, and I'm probably going to change my list. But I'll say it's number 5 right now.
Okay.
I definitely am. I think I know what my number 2 is going to be already. But
okay.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I'm excited for. We haven't had a Spider-Man game for a while, and I mean, Spider-Man has done pretty well. I don't know if you guys have played any of the. I'm trying to think of what that trilogy was called. The Shattered Dimensions, Edge of. What was it called?
I have not.
I don't remember what the exact trilogy was called, but they were not open world Spider-Man games. They were kind of like story driven ones, and they were so. But we haven't had an open world Spider-Man game for. I want to say Spider-Man 3. But it might have been
the only one, like the last open world Spider-Man game I played was like on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah,
it was 2 for me.
So
I remember my favorite one was the cell shaded one. It was Ultimate Spider-Man. That one was awesome. You could play as Venom.
Yeah, I loved that one.
That one was cool.
I will say that Spider-Man took my second choice for number 4. So the only reason I didn't give it my number 4 was because it was already announced.
Yeah.
So I already knew about it. I mean, they gave a lot of gameplay, but it wasn't like, oh my god, they're making this game! Holy crap, it's gonna be awesome!
Yeah.
So that's why I gave it. So we'll give it a half a point on my. I'm just trying to like compile a list of like.
I'm proud to say that I am excited for that. Just because, on another note, it seems like it's taking from. It's not just another Spider-Man open world, because we didn't actually see him just like straight up, swinging around in the city. We saw more or less combat.
We saw combat, and we saw
some of the movement system that was used.
Yeah, it's
very reminiscent of the Batman Arkham series,
and
where
that series of QuickTime events we saw as well.
And some QuickTime events. So I think it's gonna be good. I'm excited for that.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited too.
It also reminded me of like Uncharted in a way, like it's very cinematic.
I get that.
The chunk we saw was pretty cinematic.
Yeah,
I don't think the whole game's gonna be like that. At least I hope not.
Probably like the main story.
Yeah,
it's probably gonna be like the main story's gonna be like that, and then you'll probably have side quests like other Spider-Man games.
Yeah.
I mean, not to say that Uncharted's a bad game for doing that though.
No.
I mean, if they did do that, I would be okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, Uncharted's a pretty revered series, so.
Yeah.
Did anyone else have Spider-Man on their list? Question mark.
I did.
You did?
Yep.
Spider-Man was like just edged out of my top 5.
Okay, so we'll give it 2 whole check marks on my list.
It was gonna be either 5 or 6 for me. So.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Sean, what's your last name? Or Josh, what's your last name?
More.
So you're next.
Yep.
Okay, excellent. Well, number 5, just because it's a re-release, but I'm still super stoked on it and didn't see it coming, was Shadow of the Colossus.
Fuck.
Even though I've already played that game, I'm about it.
Jesse, that was your 5 as well?
Yeah, because I haven't played that one.
Okay,
so
that was my 4, so we're going to give that one 3 checkies.
I mean, Shadow of the Colossus, like the original one, is in my top 5 games of all time.
That also is my number 4.
Really...
I just decided.
Was it?
Sure.
Just decided.
It is one that I'm excited for.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm pretty...
I don't know. I guess I may be... I try not to. I really try not to get on the hype train, and we'll talk about that in a little bit after we get through the list. But I'm pretty excited for most of the games that that got announced or that they showed at least. There is quite a handful that I'm not, but we'll get to it as we go on. Sorry.
But yeah, so Shadow of the Colossus. I like I said yesterday, I went to the E3 experience at the theater, and that one came right after Monster Hunter World.
Yep.
In order, so I was like, oh, like I was like coming off my high from Monster Hunter World, and then that came up, and I was like, I like slammed my hands on my seat, and everyone was like screaming, and I was like, oh my god! So it was actually like a really cool experience. But I was pretty excited about Shadow of the Colossus myself because it is a really good game, and having it remade at like HD is gonna be fucking
beautiful.
phenomenal.
So many people are butthurt over everything they've seen about the remake already online. They're already being super nitpicky. Like, there's not enough clouds and fog like the old game. Like, why does it look like this? That it's such a troll.
But they did that because they were limited.
Graphic limitations.
I'm like, that's what you're gonna nitpick right now? Jesus Christ! You've seen a 10-second trailer.
Absolutely beautiful.
Literally, like it was like 20 seconds long. It wasn't even a long trailer. It showed him like running. It was so good looking.
I do
like. I'm kind of bummed. that it's not like a Shadow of the Colossus 2 or like something, and it's just like a remake.
Well, they just spent 10 years on The Last Guardian, so I'll cut them.
Yeah, I know. Seriously, they're clearly not a development company that knows how to manage their time very well. So I guess I'll give them some slack on that.
Yeah.
Still faster than Square Enix. But that's a story.
That's very true. That is solidly true.
Later.
I saw a meme about Kingdom Hearts the other day that was like, this person was 6 years old when they played the first one, was 9 when they played the second one, and is going to be like 27
50.
when they play the third.
Yep, it's very true. All right, Jesse. So, because
I have a backup.
Shadow was your well, no, it's fine. Shadow was your 5. So give us your first 4.
Okay.
Or your 4.
So I'll put as a tie for Shadow for 5th. One that got me interested because of the trailer. And again, that I haven't played any of the other iterations of was actually Wolfenstein 2.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my second 5 as well.
I'm gonna go for that as my 3.
Because I know that it's supposedly a good game. I didn't play any of the other ones. No.
Oh. I'm disappointed because I haven't beaten it, but I'm like literally on the last edge of the campaign of like the last, like I'm basically on the last boss of Wolfenstein.
That game's been out for a while, hasn't it?
The new one.
Yeah.
I mean,
the new order.
Pick that one up just as a prequel to this one to kind of get the feel for it.
Yeah,
but I've heard gameplay, gunplay.
I think it's on sale right now too.
Yeah, I bet it is.
What was that?
It's part of that whole sort of like Doom shooter revival. Like it started that trend, and then they did Doom. So
those games kind of that Doom and Wolfenstein kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah. I mean, any game where you can like dual wield ridiculous guns. I'm a fan of. So, that will probably be my tie for number 5. And then, did you want me to lead off for number 4, or did you want to take?
Yeah, because my number 4 has already been said.
Okay. So my number 4 then is going to be Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. The remake for that.
It's a remake, right?
That's a game I have not played in probably 15 years.
Oh wow!
And
I didn't know it was that old.
Yeah, that came out in the GBA
Yeah, it's been
days.
out for a long time.
And so I saw like it's just high res graphics. I wasn't expecting it, which is why it's on my list.
All of my games that I picked that weren't like sub games were ones that I did not expect, ones that surprised me. So
Same.
The rest of them for me as well.
Yeah.
So
I know what my top 3 are.
That's good, Jordan.
Okay.
Do you have a...
yeah.
Anyway, so Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga.
that's on my list because I mean it has there's a whole new mode that they're adding to it, which is you play as like because Bowser gets shot out of a cannon, spoilers, in like the beginning of the game, and he's missing pretty much throughout the rest of it.
Spoilers.
And you play as in the extra mode, you play as like a Goomba leader, and you're trying to like lead your troops to help track them down and stuff.
That's cool.
So that's gonna be a whole new mode, and the gameplay, like it's the same good old Mario and Luigi games. The type of combat and stuff like that. So it'd be good to jump back in for that one.
Very cool. Very cool. All right.
My
number 4. Both my number 4s have already been said because I had Shadow of the Colossus and Spider-Man. So that means it goes over to you, Jordan.
Oh, all right. So wait, am I saying
Your 4?
My 4 was Wolfenstein.
Ah.
All right. Okay. So that means we jump over to Josh for number 4.
All right. So my number 4 is kind of cheating because it's not a full game; it's a DLC. But I got stoked on the Dishonored 2 DLC.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I need to get back into Dishonored 2 actually.
I'm just a giant fan of Dishonored and pretty much anything Arcane does, like Dishonored, Dishonored 2, Prey, all of it.
I played Dishonored 1, and then I tried playing Dishonored 2 for the channel, but fuck recording that game. Which I could probably do it now after they patched everything and my setup isn't as jank, but
yeah, you were having I remember you had some issues with frame rate and stuff.
Yeah, but
that.
I think I figured that out. I should actually probably get back on that because I need.
Well, I won't spoil anything, but the way that they're carrying things over and the fact that we get to play Billy Lurk is like super exciting for me.
Cool.
I'm a giant lore nerd for that game.
Good.
I have not
and
played any of them.
I actually just ordered all the books today because I need to catch up on everything. Because I go through the game and I read everything, but they have like comic books and a whole book that's every book from the first game in case you didn't read it.
Wow, awesome. That's pretty cool, I guess.
I mean, the world is great. So.
Yeah. I'll be honest, and I've never played any of them. So
you're missing out.
So
I played the first one, and
yeah.
I got into it for a little bit. It's something that very similar to BioShock. That I played it for a little bit, and then I was like, I don't really like this. And then I went back to it later on, and I was like, I'm stupid, and actually I like this. So I have a feeling when I do go back to it, that I'm going to be like, oh, wow.
See, I really like BioShock, so I should, in theory, really like Dishonored because it is a similar play style.
Did you beat Infinite?
Yeah.
You did? Okay.
It's fantastic.
Because I was spoiled. I beat BioShock Infinite, and then Dishonored 1 came out like...
I had that same problem.
Right after it, and I was like, fuck, I'm spoiled. And then I beat those 2 games, and then was like, well, you're not going to be playing anything else for a while, because nothing's going to compare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, wait, cool. Derek, that... No, wait, that was Josh's.
Yep.
That was your 4.
Yep.
That was his 4.
So now Jesse's 4?
So now Jesse just did his 4.
I did my 4.
Okay, so then
Jesse's
you
4
do
was
3
my,
then,
so
Derek.
now it's my 3, yeah.
Okay. Number 3.
So my number 3 is a twofer.
That's not allowed.
Because it is allowed because it's Metroid 4 / Samus Returns, because
you took my number 1, sir.
Oh shit, that was your number 1?
Yeah.
Samus Returns was my 1.
Metroid 4 or Samus
Metroid
Returns?
4. Metroid Prime 4.
Okay.
Samus Returns was my 1.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
I am also eager to play that, but I think I'm only slightly less excited about that. It doesn't make my 5 just because I know that it's a remake, and I have played Metroid 2. I obviously will not be able to compare the 2 because of, you know, one of them came out on the Game Boy and the other one is coming out on the 3DS. But
I haven't.
I'm just slightly disappointed that they're not just straight up making a new
2D
2D Metroid, but whatever. I'm glad that they're making another one. Period. I mean, when they did Zero Mission, that was awesome, and I mean that's just a remake of the first Metroid. Mm-hmm. So it stands to reason that the next 2D Metroid that they make will be a remake of Super Metroid, which will be amazing.
Yeah.
So the reason I have both is because they literally showed a title screen for Metroid 4. So like I'm honestly like crazy hyped for it, obviously, because
I am.
The Metroid series is awesome, and I really hope they do it justice.
I have a confession.
Yeah.
If you say you've never played a Metroid Prime game,
I've never played a Metroid Prime game.
Have you played a Metroid game?
Yes, I've played the original one, but
sir,
oh dude, you need to play Fusion.
Fisticuffs.
Fisticuffs.
I definitely have to play those.
I have an emulator that I can give it to you on a flash drive.
What?
You can play
Those are illegal, Jordan.
You have a legal version,
those
right,
are?
Jordan?
Oh. No, I have the legal version. Yeah.
Thank you for letting me borrow the legal version.
Absolutely, I have purchased it with currency.
Yeah, so that's why
Bitcoins.
It was tied, because Samus Returns comes out in September, so they're clearly doing that as like a tide us over kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's going to be like, all right, here's Samus Returns. They're going to be giving us information on that as it approaches. And then after that, they're going to maybe like at the beginning of next year, they'll start giving us some Metroid 4 info. Well, maybe. They only said that it's in development, so who knows what that means.
Like the thing with Prime 4 and the reason why that one's not on my list, like I will admit Prime 4 is the only one that got an audible like scream out of me while I was watching it. And so like I'm pumped for that it's in development and that we like can stop making it a meme where it's like where's Prime 4. But we already know that Retro's not developing it, and we know nothing but a title screen. So that's why it's not it's not on my list.
And you know why it also is like it shared a spot is because everyone was super stoked for Star Fox Zero, and then it came out.
Yeah, and they butchered the controls.
It was not very good.
I remember.
So
yeah.
So I'm keeping my hopes very, very high for it because it has been a long time for the game. I'm sure they have lots of ideas for it.
I really want a good Metroid game. That's all I really want from Nintendo.
The other thing is gonna be HD.
Want to buy? Yes, that too. Yeah.
So that's nice. Like if it was on the Switch, if it was on the Wii U, it wouldn't have been. I mean, it's sort of HD. Not as good. It'll be better on the Switch.
Yeah.
There wasn't. It skipped the whole generation. There was no Wii U Metroid game that came out.
Nope.
We'll pretend the Wii U doesn't exist.
Okay.
Yeah. They are too. They didn't even mention it in their damn conference, even at Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That was my favorite part of the Ubisoft conference. He was like, "We've worked with you guys on the GameCube, the Wii, and now the Switch."
Yeah.
Like not even gonna mention the fact we made Rayman for you like exclusively, and then like we're like, no, fuck it, we're gonna make it for everything else.
Yeah. So the Wii U, it was a good console. Like,
who said that?
I don't.
What? It was a Smash machine. Let's be real.
It had some solid titles. Like it had like Monster Hunter on it, which was good. It had
Bayonetta?
fucking
Bayonetta. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
It had Xenoblade Chronicles X, which was really good. Yoshi's Woolly World was really fun.
True.
All
right.
Obviously, it had Mario Kart 10 on it, which was it's like
probably
one of the.
But where was the Metroid game?
Wow,
Derek?
we're skipping.
I'm sitting here staring at my my shelf, and Mario Party 10 and Mario Kart 8 are next to each other. So, anyway,
that's kind of funny how there's more Mario.
It had solid
parties.
games. It's unfortunate that not a lot of people, and Splatoon, like that's like probably one of
that's like Nintendo's best new IP, right?
It's like their only new IP since like 1987.
Yeah.
And now ARMS with Noodle Girl. Can't wait.
Noodle Girl. I can't wait for all the Noodle Girl Rule 34.
Probably.
That's the exact response I wanted. I was joking. Okay, so
that was
my number 3.
You're
so that
2
means
for 3.
My 2 for 3. So jump over to Jordan now for his number 3.
Jumping Jordan's gigolo thing. So my number 3, I guess my runner up for number 3.
I thought you said you knew your top 3.
Well, you took my 3 though. So
what
do I make up another 3?
What was your 3?
Oh wait, no, that's right. You took my 1. Oh, that's right. Oops.
Yeah, I gave it 2 points for you.
That's right. My number 3 is Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
What? Oh yeah.
I
forgot the name.
I'm very excited about that. It is the first 2D Dragon Ball fighter game since like Budokai.
Yep.
2.
That's my number 2.
And even then, if you want to get technical, of like being a straight up like just 2D fighter, the last time there was a Dragon Ball 2D fighter was like on the Super Nintendo, and it was only released in Japan.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited for that game too. It didn't make it on my list because fighting games are kind of one of those situations where I'll play them for a little bit, but they end up sitting on my shelf more than anything else. So
yeah.
I am excited though.
I'm excited to see what they do with. I mean, it's obviously very early right now. It's like pre-alpha, I think, or whatever. But you know, it'll be interesting to see what they do with the amount of characters that they put in the game for one. Because the Dragon Ball universe is just, the roster can be absolutely ludicrously insane. But
or they could pull a Pokken tournament and you put like 12 in there.
And exactly, yeah. But if they make those good fighters, that makes sense. You know, who wants to play Krillin? You know, who wants to play Chaozu?
They're obviously going to have a pretty big roster because they're doing 3v3, so they can't just have 12 characters because then the combos would be very limited.
Or they could pull a Xenoverse and have you make your own characters.
I hope not.
I doubt it though.
I really hope
it's
not.
too. Did you see that trailer, Jordan or Jesse?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's too stylized for them to do custom characters.
There's gonna be 5 different versions of Goku with like different lengths of hair.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like they have them power up in the match. I watched a match.
Yeah.
And like Frieza goes from final form Frieza to Gold Frieza at one point in the fight.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh cool.
Cool.
Yeah, so I think that they won't have them be different characters, which it makes sense because they're not different characters. They're just different power levels or whatever. Maybe they'll have you like equip an item or something to allow you to transform, because I don't imagine they allow, you know, Goku to transform into like the 5 different forms that he has. You know, they'll probably only be able to transform into one during the match.
Well, it looked like they have a meter system that builds up.
Or okay, so then they could do it like that too.
Yeah.
That's like a Street Fighter kind of. Well, I mean any generic fighter meter thing. So yeah, that's my number 3.
Awesome.
And I'm excited for it.
So Josh,
my number 3 is Metro Exodus.
Oh yeah.
Metro. Yeah.
That game looks great.
There's been really 2 other games in that series, right?
Metro. That one had a bear in it, right?
Yep. Because there were a lot of bears in E3.
There's 2 games that had a bear in it.
Yeah, no kidding. There was a lot of bears at E3. And like hanging corpses off like in Days Gone.
Yeah, it was a zombie one, or Days Gone. Yeah.
Days Gone. Yeah. Were there other bears other than those 2?
The infected bears.
The Zombear.
Yeah.
Zombear.
I actually have not played the Metro games. Are those?
I played a part of, what was it, Metro
2020 or 2023?
What's the other one?
Something like that.
I forget because I bought the Redux on the Xbox One. Yes, that's one of them. And the other one's like 20-something.
What's like super duper fast story of that? Like, what is? It's like post-apocalyptic.
Post-apocalyptic. You have to like deal with radiation and stuff like that. Ammo's super sparse. It's cool because like guns jam, and like you get crappy ammo. And if you get the crappy ammo, like your gun might jam on you more than if you had good ammo. And like it's very difficult game series. But no. But there's like scary irradiated things in like the subway tunnels and stuff. Okay.
So it's
like that.
Sounds like a more like realistic Fallout. Almost.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not as insane as like the Fallout series where you have
probably not as RPG focused, right? It's more FPS.
I'd say. Definitely not like no RPG talent skill tree to my knowledge.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of Survivory, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So very excited about that.
Cool.
Very nice. Jesse.
My 3?
Number 3.
Yeah. All right. My 3, I was pleasantly surprised when I saw this, and they did a teaser at the E3 one, which was the stupidest thing they could have done, because it was like, why'd you bother showing us
the
this?
E3 one?
EA.
I did that yesterday,
yeah,
so don't worry. I actually noticed I was editing the video, and I realized that I was like, I'm not excited for anything. I wasn't excited for anything at E3.
Yeah.
And Jordan's like, you weren't excited for anything at E3?
Yeah.
But I meant to say EA. I didn't even catch it when he said that. I heard it in the recording.
I'm glad
I was like,
caught
oh,
me.
oops.
You
The
should
only
make that
reason
the
I caught
title
you
of
is
that
because
video.
I wasn't excited
Not
for
excited
anything at E3.
Not even excited for anything at E3.
Anyway,
So
your number 3.
it was Anthem, actually.
Okay.
That one, as a Destiny player, I'm actually very intrigued by how the game actually plays without all the fake voice comm shit that they did. Like, oh, we're gonna save XP for Karen because she's not on. Like,
it's made by the people who made Mass Effect, right?
Yeah, it's
so-
BioWare.
Yes, and that's an interesting thing. The creators from or I think it's like the story guy from Mass Effect 1 and 2 is actually working on Anthem.
And KOTOR, I believe. Or no, maybe that was another game. Anyway, but like the flying in that game,
They made KOTOR.
I was like, damn, you've sold me already with like how slick this looks. But then like having a mortar suit and shit like that and just devastating everything, and it just seems like a Destiny but third person type of thing, so I'm down for it.
The Iron Man suit, the exosuit looks really cool.
Exactly.
I'm interested to see what they do with any kind of RPG kind of elements.
Mm-hmm.
As far as it goes with like enhancing the suit, can you do a stealth mode on it? Like, can you anything to that? I think will be kind of cool. That's like going to be your thing that you always focus on.
I think one thing with that game is I'm cautiously optimistic, just because I was so burned by BioWare.
Yes. I am in the exact same boat with Josh in that we were talking about that earlier today, that, it's something that I think E3 does every year, is like we get all these amazing trailers, and some of these games, they're coming out this year, some of these games they're working on, some of these games, we might not even see any of them ever again.
Yeah.
And, with the games that they do put out these, like, really amazing trailers, it's happened already too many times where the game actually comes out and it's just absolute...
poopy dick.
I mean, see Watch Dogs for an example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Watch Dogs.
That's just the first one that pops into my head. I mean, even Destiny originally.
The Division, Destiny. I mean,
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky. Yeah. There's so many games that put out the hype there, and they want you to get on that hype train and all aboard. But as soon as you get on, oh wait, where are we going? Nowhere. We're just gonna sit here because
exactly.
It's crap.
No Man's Sky, aka No Man's Buy. Because
No Man's Buy.
No, lots of people buy.
Unfortunately, I was one of
unfortunate
those.
They pre-ordered and then they said fuck that. So
and this is why I discourage pre-ordering.
Based on, this is like a list of like games that got me hyped or like unexpected. So I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
And it was a pleasant surprise. And I'm hoping that it's gonna be good. So we'll see. If it is, then I will probably pick it up for PC because I probably am not gonna get a Xbox One X.
It's BioWare, and it's co-op, so I'm going to put my faith in them that this will be good. It's not BioWare Montreal. I believe that was the one that worked on Andromeda, which,
To be fair for them, they were a backup studio, and that was like
the
first game.
No, I saw a little bit more in-depth interview with what went wrong with Andromeda, and I just feel like it stinks the way that it happened and whatnot. I'm disappointed. It sucks that they put Mass Effect on hold for right now.
Yeah,
but it happened, and they kind of let it like go to market and whatnot. If they needed more time, or if they because that's what it seemed like. They needed more time to work with things to get the kinks out, and instead, I'm sure they were pressured by EA to just put it out there. Just go, just sell it, and it'll sell. And unfortunately, it did.
Right. The game had some bigger flaws, even beyond the facial animations, but we don't need to get into that.
Yep. Yeah. So that was your 3.
That was Jesse's 3. So now we're hopping to my 2.
Now we're 2.
All right,
hold
on. I'm sending a meme to our group on Facebook, by the way.
I love
it. I'm really torn between 1 and 2. I'm like, fuck.
I know what one of them must be.
You probably know what both of them are gonna be.
All right, that's true.
shit.
All right, wait.
You know what? Okay.
Alphabetical order.
I know. No, I know which one it's gonna be. Oh fuck.
I don't think our number 1 will be your number 1.
It's not going. So my number 2 is gonna be Pokemon for the Switch.
Oh, okay.
Which,
Yep.
it is currently at my number 1 spot, but I just can't justify giving it number 1 when they literally said,
"We are working on it.
We are working on it."
It's funny you put that up. I mean, I know you personally are more excited for that, but Metroid Prime, at least they showed a picture.
Yeah, I know. But like the Pokemon series has been that game I've literally played. Oh yeah, no, I know.
One. That's your lifeblood.
Yeah.
My only thing
that's
with that is like if it ends up being like a fucking Pokemon mystery dungeon or something.
No, they said it was. They said it was gonna.
No,
it's a legit core Pokemon game.
It's a legit just like from the handheld.
A core Pokemon
They're basically
game,
making it a console Pokemon. It'll be the first one of its kind, I believe. Right?
It'll be the first. Yeah, it'll be the first console core RPG game.
Yeah.
And it'll be, I'm assuming, is going to be
massive,
using at least some of the power of the Switch. So I'm assuming it's going to be not pixely like the. I hope that's why I can't give them my number 1 because we literally know nothing about it. But
I imagine I'm
gonna buy it no matter what. That's the thing. It could literally be like Pokemon Shit Brown Edition, and I'd be like, oh, fuck, like that's a stupid name, but I'm gonna buy it. Like, I'm honestly that's the shitty thing. Like.
With that Jesse. One, you're probably not gonna see that one probably till like early 2019.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
because they said we should hear more about it within the year or something like that.
Next Treehouse.
Nintendo does what is it called? Their Nintendo Directs every now and then, right?
That's what I meant to say. This is the next one of those.
This is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting Pokemon Switch to be at next year's E3, and I expect it to be
out by
either a holiday release or like a spring release. That's what I'm expecting. Because let's face it, it's not going to be.
What else is the Pokemon team working on? Right? I mean, they're working on that other handheld, right?
Supposedly
they're working on Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but that should nearly be done. It's coming out this fall. So,
is there really anything like big with that? I mean, what do
you mean?
What's like new with Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon? Like, is it actually?
Well, I mean, they've only had a release trailer, so people are speculating that it's going to be similar to Black and White 2, where it's an actual sequel.
Okay.
So the story will be continued. If it's not that, then it's an altered story. I don't know what that means.
Interesting.
So, yeah, it's not like. See, that's the thing. It's if they had done something with like Diamond and Pearl instead of doing Platinum, because I guess Platinum had an alternate story.
Yeah.
So because it involved Giratina.
You're talking about like when they did like 2 Pokemon games and then they released a third one that's still within that same generation.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they did the same thing. Green, blue, yellow, silver, gold. Okay,
I'm just talking about story-wise, because the only reason an alternate version of the same story would work with that is because Dialga and Palkia are space and time altering Pokemon.
Are they?
So that'd be interesting.
Are they?
No.
Okay.
No, that's why I'm saying I don't understand how it would work with Sun and Moon being an alternate story of the same story, because I don't know how it would happen, but who knows? So They're working on that right now, and then Switch.
That's your number
but
2.
The Switch is going to be, the Switch one is going to be Gen 8, right, Jesse?
Gen 8.
It'll be Gen 8, right?
Yep, I think so.
If it's core, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my number 2. I'm just excited for all the possibilities. I'm excited for the potential graphics. I'm excited for, just to see how they push themselves. I'm hoping they will. I'm hoping they're not just going to be like,
what?
Hello, this is like the exact same thing.
I just had a bad thought for a moment. What if they decide to make the console one Gen 1 and release expansions of the other
What do you mean?
I'd still buy it, honestly.
If they started over?
Yeah, if they started over again.
But in a beautiful 3D world, I would buy that.
Yeah, if they started over this is Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Charmander, or we're starting over, this is a whole new generation. None of the other ones are going to be in it ever.
Back to Kanto and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they I hope they don't do a remake for their first console game.
Well,
not a remake, but what if they went
it would be
back?
a complete
complete overhaul.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what Fire Red and Leaf Green were. So I don't know. That's why it's not number 1, because there are too many ifs.
Yeah.
But it is my favorite series, so I have to put it on there.
Number 2.
Yeah. Number 2 for Jordan.
Oh, that's right. So my number 2 is gonna have to be.
Wait, Jesse, Pokemon wasn't on your list at all?
No.
Wow. Okay.
My number 2 is the new God of War.
Okay.
I loved the trailer. I'm when I believe wasn't it E3 last year that they had debuted it, right?
Yep.
So they showed us some more of the combat in the other trailer. Some more of his magic Mjolnir axe. It returns back to him. They showed
the purpose of the sun.
Yeah.
Yep.
What he's even doing in the game.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm still very interested to see where, because spoiler alert, I guess, if you haven't. Wait, have you played all of the God of War?
I've played all the God of Wars.
You have not?
I have.
Oh, you have? Okay.
I have not, but I don't care.
And Derek? You as well?
I played the first one.
Okay. So, at the end of God of War 3, which chronologically is the last game in the series, essentially Kratos dies. What happens is he stabs himself in the chest, and then the lightning flashes, and then it returns back down to where he was, and he's just gone. So it'll be interesting to see. This is the same Kratos.
Yep.
He's just now in the Norse god world.
Norse mythology now.
The Norse mythology.
So if 3 is the last game, how does this one fit into the timeline?
Well, they've definitely confirmed that this is after that, because there's a scene where he's in this room full of treasure, and he's looking at this old Greek vase that's got him back in the original God of War.
So it's almost like he's been reborn.
Type thing, you think? Maybe. I assume that he has all of his memories and whatnot. I would think that he's still pale skinned, just like he's still the ghost of Sparta. He's got a gnarly beard now, rather than just a goatee.
Well, it's because he's a dad, so you need.
But he's a dad now, so he has to have dad beard. Although he was a dad before too.
Was he a dad before though?
Well, he wasn't a good dad before. Okay, he wasn't a good dad. But yeah, so I'm very excited for that. I'm thinking about eventually upgrading to PS4 Pro, to get once I get that.
Honestly, I've been thinking about it too, but I'll probably wait until the holiday.
I'm gonna see if there's some kind of sale. If there's some kind of sale on it, I think I'll jump on it. But
I guarantee you, if you wait for the Xbox One X to come out, the price on the PS4 Pro is gonna go down right before that comes out.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
That's why I'm waiting until.
It's already cheaper than the Xbox One X anyway.
Yep.
Way cheaper.
But they'll drop it. They'll drop it another $50, give you a full $100 off the Xbox comparatively. So people are like, whoa.
And then my only other thing is, if they do that, I'm hoping that GameStop will do some sort of trade-in deal.
Yeah, they probably will. They need them trades.
I don't need a PS4 if I have the PS4 Pro.
True.
That being said, they'll want to take one of my controllers, and I don't want to give them one of my controllers.
Well, back to God of War. Like I looked at the footage and it looks like it's running at 60. So
it looks like it's running really
which
well.
is pretty crazy considering how good it looks graphically.
Yeah,
and that it's a console
gorgeous
game.
That is, and honestly, that's a game that, especially if you had played God of War 3, which was on the PS3, it looked amazing back then. That was the first one that had made the jump from PS2 to PS3. There actually was a second game that they did. It was a prequel. It was like a pre-sequel to one of the handheld game. It was a sequel to one of the handheld games, I guess, but not really. It didn't like specifically reference it, but it was a prequel story-wise, chronologically, to the first God of War. It was God of War Ascension, and it was the first one that brought multiplayer. That I didn't really care for. It was like very just like who can mash their buttons faster is the winner. But so I would care if they don't do a multiplayer in this. If they just focus on the single player, I'd be okay with that. I like the replayability of the game. I usually go through it on an easier difficulty, and then you unlock the hardest one, and then you can try and do that. But it's one of the Sony exclusives that I really enjoy. This is like one of the reasons why I have. So it's a reason why I bought my PS3 was to play God of War 3. So this is what keeps me with the PS4. This and now also Horizon Zero Dawn. Just a little nit thing to put in there. It's not on my top 5 because it's not really a full game. It looks like it's just DLC.
It's a DLC.
Yeah, it's just
but
DLC.
I am actually really excited to play that.
I'm actually tempted to buy Horizon right now because it's on sale for $40.
If you want, I can just let you. The next time I see you, I can just let you borrow mine. Also,
but
I'm sorry.
what
Wait,
if I
Josh
really
is
like
looking at me. Josh actually has it next before you, but
that's fine.
I mean, the game, from what I've played, is something that I think you would like. So, and it's really good.
I think I'd like it too. It came out at a bad time for me.
Exactly.
So. Came out. Legend of Zelda.
Which I still have to play.
So
I still have to beat that.
Okay.
That was my
Josh.
my 2. Yeah.
Josh,
So
number 2.
my number 2 was Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Yeah.
But then, because my list I tried to keep strictly to games that were announced this E3. So
Same.
Since that was taken, I then went to God of War, the new one. But then he just said that as well. So
it's fine. You can have it on your list because I'm giving them point values.
Okay.
So, like, I was actually just wondering why Dragon Ball Z had so many checks because I thought that only Jordan picked it. But if you had also said you picked it, then that's why it has so many checks.
Yeah. So that's also my number 2.
Okay.
I'm just excited.
Cool. So that means Jesse, you're number 2.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
This one for me is because the original was my game of the year for 2015 when that came out. And I wasn't expecting to get a sequel at all because I think as a game it was a nice complete story, but I know
what you're going to say.
It is Ori and the Will of the Wisps. And I like when that guy started playing the piano, I was like, fuck, I know exactly what this is from, and it was it was so good. So I'm so excited for that one, and I refuse to buy an Xbox for it because it's gonna run better on PC anyway. So
I have it through Steam.
Yeah.
To be fair, it ran beautifully on my Xbox. I didn't run into any problems with that game on there.
I mean, like my thing with the Xbox right now is that they're really, really, really trying to push 4K, and I get it. Not everyone has 4K TVs. And also, I looked and people are reporting, Destiny 2 is running at 30 FPS on an Xbox One X, and I'm like, if you're gonna shell out $500 for that for 4K,
you want 60 frames.
Yeah, you'd want 60 FPS.
Although I've heard that it is supposed to run games at 60. I wonder if maybe just because Destiny might be in an early build right now, it's running at 30 or something.
Yeah, I mean, I know the game's not finished. But it's still like 4K is nice. I mean, I haven't seen it in real life yet, so I mean, it could blow me the fuck away. But like, I don't want to spend $500 just to to have it look just slightly better. So
yep.
Yeah. But anyway, that's my number 2.
Yeah, 4K does look like, at least I've seen 4K DVDs now on a 4K TV, and it's like, wow, yeah, I get it. That's really nice. But the thing with it is, I don't know why that my cadence on that sentence was weird, but the thing with it is that if the game's not running at 60 FPS on 4K, then you're gonna notice it. You're gonna be like, oh,
you're really gonna notice it.
Yep. Yeah. So like that's the kid that was sitting next to me at the E3 thing was saying, like, they're all toting 4K. He's like, I don't care about 4K. I care about the frame rate. I care, like, 1080p at 60 FPS looks great. Like, I don't care if it's 4K. If it runs at 20 FPS because the console can't handle it, then I don't want to fucking bother with it.
Yep.
And it's the same. I'm the same way. Like, if the Xbox One X is going to be able to play 4K games at 60 FPS consistently, wow, I'm impressed. Like, how did you do that with what you have in the box? Like, please. But then I told you guys yesterday, I was doing some research and people were saying, you know, my computer right now, my build right now is only fractionally worse than the Xbox One X on like a graphic standpoint. So we don't really know what's in the Xbox One X now, but we know there's like whatever tetraflops worth of graphical power, right? Well,
they're flopping
I think
all
it's
over
12. They have like 12 tetraflops of graphical power, let's say, and the article is saying that they like broke down all the current top tier graphics cards, and mine's at 11. So it's like, am I gonna notice that one tetraflop? And I have like just as much RAM, and like I have a similar processor. Like, so are these games that are, you know, optimized for the Xbox One X because it's a Microsoft game that is also being released on Windows? Is it gonna be optimized for PC too? Like, if that's the case, then my computer can handle it. And so I know we were having a little bit of a discussion about that yesterday.
Yeah.
If my computer could actually handle 4K, and I guess the verdict is still we'll have to see. But if that's the case, then I think it will, and then I could just hook it up to my computer up to the TV, and bam, I have an Xbox One X.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
wow, cool.
How'd you get that?
Here's the thing: is I understand the appeal that for people that cannot afford a good PC rig, it's very, very appealing to them.
Yeah.
And
motorcycles.
I get it. Like, you're spending $500 to get a really good graphics card.
Yeah.
So I understand the appeal.
Yeah.
But
it's the best thing on the market for the money that it's at.
Exactly. And I'm totally behind that. And I think that them having the market on PC and Xbox right now is going to benefit them, because I think that more options are better, and they're both they're getting both sides of the money on that. But the games, they need to have the games for it. Right now they don't really. I think Sony has the edge on the exclusive still. And I think Nintendo's starting to edge them out on that, unfortunately. Like, considering the Switch is like really, really new, and the amount of hype that's around all of the announcements that are coming out. So they're gonna have to figure something out.
Yeah. Okay, so Ori was your 2.
Ori was my 2.
So that means we're jumping to my 1.
Yep.
1. I know it.
Number 1. 2. Probably none of your surprise is Monster Hunter World. I am so stoked for Monster Hunter World. Like, I have been wanting like a beautiful, like 1080p HD Monster Hunter game for so long, and the fact that I'm getting one makes me honestly hurt a little bit on the inside in a good way, because it's just been a long time coming for me. Like I told you guys last time, I've been playing Monster Hunter since the PS2, like the original game, and I really like the series. I like its like quirkiness, and I like.
Can you tell me what do you do in the game?
You team up with people and you hunt monsters.
You throw your hat at it and you become the
I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a different game, Jesse.
I thought it was about designing purses. Oh.
Let's be honest, we all thought that was a Monster Hunter damn trailer when we saw the dinosaur from Odyssey.
I honestly, I was like, the fuck is like
I thought it was a new IP
rock game.
Oh my man, Nintendo Switch Turok.
Yeah. But yeah, so Monster Hunter World, like I'm just really excited to really have them overhaul the series. I mean, it's been a pretty similar experience with the newer ones. So, like I was saying last time, the monsters look mostly new. They've updated a couple of their appearances.
That was a cool nose thing that monster thing had.
Yeah, so that's what it's funny because
did not see
I was sitting next to people. Well, no, I was sitting next to people who had never played Monster Hunter games before, so like they didn't know that monsters in that world always have these weird, unique things. Like, like there's like for instance, there's this giant bird dinosaur thing that you fight, and like it almost has like a frog neck, and when it gets mad, it like expands its neck and it spits poison at you. So all their monsters all have these like really unique designs and unique abilities that you have to prepare for before you fight them. So like it was funny to see people go like, whoa, what the heck? Like, because I was like, oh my god, that's like so Monster Hunter. Like he has a heightened sense of smell or something, so they gave him like this weird
super
nose expander. But yeah, so that's my number one faux show, because I've been wanting it for a long time. And I think my headset died.
No,
my headset died. So
we can hear you.
It should only take me a second to plug that back in. You can go on to your number one, Jordan.
I would go on to my number one, but you actually had already said it. I was excited for my number one was Metroid Prime 4.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's why it has so many.
That's what's That's what's going to be making me get a Switch now.
Yeah. Oh, did you ever see if you could pre-order that?
No. I didn't end up. I didn't check that.
Check that out too.
I didn't check that out again.
They're the bundles for Switch with Zelda. It comes with the Switch, Zelda, the Zelda DLC, and a Pro Controller.
Okay.
And it's like $450.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
And you said that was through GameStop, right?
Yeah, through GameStop. Pre-orderable, should be available 6:30 is what it said. So.
I'm gonna pre-order Mario Odyssey for sure.
Should send that to me.
Anyway, so Jordan's number one was Metroid 4.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Josh, your number one.
My number one, and one more time, just to clarify on my list being the way it is, I'm only made a list of games that were announced this time.
Yes.
Because there are games that have already been announced that I'm more excited about. But
yeah.
Same.
We established it like that with like Battlefront and stuff. Like it was already announced, so we weren't super stoked.
Yeah. My number one is actually Ori and the Will of the Wisps, because I didn't see that coming, and I loved Ori. So that's my number one.
Wow. Okay, that made things interesting. Cool. All right. Well, Jesse, what's your number one?
I think it was already said a long time ago, but it was the Metroid Return of Samus.
Yeah, that's right. That's why that has checks too.
Yep. I said, I think it was the last week's podcast where I was like, if there is a Metroid announcement, I'll lose my shit. And I lost my shit at Prime 4. And then
double lost your shit at Samus Returns.
Well, that one was like a surprise. I was reading my Twitter feed and someone was like, what? There's a treehouse just like randomly nonchalant. It was just like, yeah, here's a... Reggie was just like, lol, here you go. And then...
well, they did say that Spotlight was going to focus on Switch and Samus Returns is 3DS, so...
Yep.
Guess that makes sense.
It's another thing just interesting to point out. I don't know if we had already said it or not, of the two Metroid games, being announced. Granted, they're not coming at the same time, but the last time that two Metroid games were being announced at the same time, Metroid Prime and Metroid the first Metroid Prime and Metroid Fusion came out in 2002. It was 15 years ago.
I love Fusion. It was so good.
Those came out at the same time because they had an actual interconnecting thing that you could do with them. You could connect the Game Boy Advance to the GameCube.
Nintendo loves their gimmicks.
So it'll be interesting if they do. I know that they have. There's some. They didn't say what it does exactly, but there's an amiibo function with the Metroid Return of Samus. but they didn't say what it does yet. But you can do the Samus figure already from Smash. There's going to be another Samus figure, and then there's a Metroid amiibo that'll be coming out. And I guess it's the part of it is squishy. In the little live stream I saw, they were touching the head of the Metroid, and it was squishy. So it's a squishy amiibo.
Nice. Wow. Yeah, I mean, as far as like conferences go, this E3 was kind of like, I feel like we've been spoiled with really good E3s the past couple years. So like it's kind of been on par, and nothing really besides Metroid really was just like, oh shit, get hyped for me. That being said, like I still don't know which conference was my favorite one.
Yeah, it's hard to nitpick because every one of them had something to bring to the table. I feel like it's not like
for EA, it was
exactly
the worst.
That one.
I will say between the 3 console conferences, each of them kind of brought something that I'm eager I'm looking forward to it. I may not be like super excited for it. Maybe not. I'm not super hyped, but you know, I talked with Josh about that. You know, I've just been burnt so many times by, you know, the hype train that turns out to be a really crappy game. I'm not gonna get myself super excited over something that's gonna turn out to be really bad. Like, and I think maybe they're gonna see that maybe for next year. I don't know if there's already talk. I mean, everyone's obviously getting out their opinions about this year's E3 and whatnot, because, you know, it's basically today's the last day, I believe.
Yep.
And you know, it's something that I haven't really seen anything, like you said. You know, there's announcements that I'm eager to get more information about. Like, but it's not something that I'm like, oh boy, I'm gonna go and wait in line at the store right now. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as games this year is concerned, like 2017 is easily the best year for games that we've had in a long time.
That's true, though.
And so, like, we're all kind of like bombarded with all of this ridiculously good stuff, so our expectations are like super high now. And like, I think we've been met with a lot of games with these conferences that kind of like meet or like are kind of a little bit under our expectations, but I mean, that's fair. I don't think they're going to be able to blow our minds every single year. So I mean, they're on this year's E3 is kind of like on par-ish for me. But as far as like the conference that had games that I'm probably most excited for is probably just Nintendo. I mean, I'm looking at the list here. I want Xenoblade, Prime 4. I'll probably pick up Yoshi. I don't know if I'll get the Zelda DLC until the second one.
What about Kirby?
We'll see.
It's another 4-player one, so that's gonna be those are fun.
Mario Odyssey, obviously. Samus, Sonic Forces, and Mania. I'm gonna be getting on the Switch. And then Superstar Saga. And
Rocket League is. I mean, it's not new, but Rocket League is coming to the Switch.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Oh, Skyrim! Don't forget about Skyrim.
Oh yes, that's right, Skyrim. Yeah, we've never played that one before. Good job, Josh. That's my new number one, actually.
Bethesda's going to be making Skyrim for any device they can until like people stop buying it. So like in 20
Skyrim
years,
3DS. Skyrim.
Like,
in 20 years, they're gonna be like, yeah, we're making Skyrim for like your watch. You can fucking
Skyrim HD collection. Play all 5 different versions of Skyrim.
Yep. Exactly.
So,
it's the same game.
All right, so let's construct our our top 10 list.
Okay, I was gonna
real quick. I can hear my family talking downstairs. And they're all going out to dinner, and I think my little cousin is about to knock on the door and say, "We're going to dinner." So that might be an interruption. So, believe it or not, number 1.
Wait, drum roll.
Hello. 1 second. Cancel the drum roll. What's up? You're coming for pizza. All right, I'll meet you guys there. All right.
Called it.
Bye.
Pizza confirmed.
Okay.
Pizza's my number one.
Actually, okay.
Right.
We'll do the anti-climax.
Oh boy.
So
Undrum
we
roll.
have.
Edge me. Do it.
We have.
Is it a 5-way tie?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
so
shit.
basically. Oh my goodness! I'm trying to do something.
Well, you're gonna ride with Jamie.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna meet you there.
I
I don't care. I'm literally recording something right now, and you're interrupting. God damn it! I hate living with people. So we have literally like all with a single point: Mario, Luigi, Superstar Saga, Metro, A Way Out, Dishonored 2 DLC, Pokemon, Anthem, and God of War. So
those are all single
like,
point ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are all like it was like 1 point on our list.
Yeah,
basically
we all
everything
like
got
those
a point. Everything got a point for someone putting it on their list, and number one's got 2 points. That's how I did it. So I mean, put that in any order you want. So it'll basically be our top 5.
This will be an interesting thumbnail.
So 4 is tied between Monster Hunter World, Spider-Man, and the Dragon Ball Z Fighter.
Okay.
Because I don't remember why.
Did anyone have Monster Hunter World on there?
No, but it was my number 1, so it got 2 points.
Oh, right. Okay.
And then 2 people had Spider-Man as a list, and 2 people had DBZ. For another number 1, and then number 3, because 2 people had all. Why did it? I have Wolfenstein 2 as number 3, and it had 2.5 points. So someone must have
Wolfenstein
had
was
it.
my 4. I remember.
Yeah, so someone must have also had it as like a sub thing because I gave it a 0.5 point.
That was mine, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, so number 3, Wolfenstein 2. Number 2 is a tie between the Metroid games and Ori. So, and
funny
then number 1,
enough, those are actually kind of similar too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 1, because literally all of us had it on our list, is Shadow of the Colossus. So that one got
Ironic.
1 point from everyone. So
it's not even a new game. What's wrong with us?
New game.
It is to me. It's a new game to me. So
yeah, it's
enjoy that
Jesse,
for the first time.
I mean, technically,
Yeah,
I haven't
it's gonna
played
be great.
that game specifically, but I have played Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah. Well, so that wraps it up. That's our top 10 list. The /group top 10. Sorry for the interruption where I had to yell at my sister.
Yo, dude, get your pizza.
She doesn't even live here. She like barged into my room. What a fucking jerk, man. So thanks for watching, everyone. If you have a sister that barges into your house that she doesn't live in, give us a like.
Yo, dude, mine like opened the door next to me and she walked downstairs. You probably didn't.
Next month, my sister will live 2 houses away.
Yeah, so we're all in kind of sort of similar situations. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Later.